Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyev च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas, welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sanga conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their name. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity, Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move on to our next part of the session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदास जी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Das from Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvindaksha Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Warwick, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session and wonderful chanting. Mataji, welcome to the call.
हरे कृष्णा विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शीला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय दिस इज श्यामा गौरी देवीदासी फ्रॉम शार्लेट
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Canada.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Danat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. All glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation every single day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the assembled devotees. This is Sushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Danat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your recitation. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and our assembled devotees. This is Param Pavani Shama Devidasi from Baltimore, Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Param Bhavani Shama Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice to hear sweet voice every single morning, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, yeah, we'll start the recording, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhu ji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 8th chapter, 53 verse. Before I hand over the call to Prabhu ji, I request Preeti Vilasni Mataji to take over and give the brief introduction. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much. This is an introduction to His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhu. His Grace Shamik Rishi Prabhu is a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Being a doctor by profession, he has done immense services to the devotee community and served the society by donating lots of projects. For example, he donated the deities in Philadelphia temple and he made 3,000 temple units that serve as an altar in villages. He also served as temple president of ISKCON, New Jersey for 15 years. He is known for his simplicity and humility, and he also serves as an initiating spiritual master in ISKCON. It's our great honor to have Prabhuji on the call. Mataji, you can take over and then give it to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shamik Rishi Prabhu ji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you, Prabhu ji. Thank you so much for joining us. Prabhu ji, one request, your video is, the other way. Can you just put your device in the horizontal way?
Is this okay now?
No, Prabhu ji, still I can see you the different way.
Then it will be very, very small. Let me just see. I could put on a different way.
Yeah.
प्रभु जी वो फोन को घुमा दीजिए.
हाँ वो छोटा बहुत हो जाएगा.
नहीं कोई बात नहीं, छोटा हो जाएगा. अभी उल्टा हो गया.
Now it is perfect. It's perfect.
It has to be charged also at the same time. और चार्जिंग नीचे तरफ में है. वो let me bring another device. I will just bring where I can keep it. Okay.
Sure, Prabhuji. Sure. Yeah. And also we are observing today Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disappearance. So we are fasting half day. So just a reminder. We can wait until Prabhuji brings the other device. I'll chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा। तो मुझे ऐसा कुछ सुटेबल मिला नहीं कि मैं ऐसा रख सकूं। लेट मी जस्ट सी, इस तरह से भी ठीक रहेगा, ये भी
नहीं प्रभु
ठीक
जी,
नहीं।
no, this is only the right
चार्ज
one.
नहीं
Yeah.
है। Yeah, this is not
If you
right.
want, you can go half video, Prabhuji,
Okay.
if it is troubling you. Prabhuji, if it is
What is that?
not comfortable for you, if the device needs to get charged, you can go off video.
बहुत टाइम लगाएगा चार्ज होने में, बिल्कुल completely discharged है। So let me just
Yeah.
go with the
Yeah, that's what I am
whatever.
saying, Prabhuji. If
वीडियो
it is
वीडियो बंद कर
difficult for
दीजिए,
you,
Right. Okay.
वीडियो
ओम
बंद कर
अज्ञान,
दीजिए।
okay.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदनाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतृषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिने नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हरे कृष्ण। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौरव भक्त वृंद की जय। विल बी कंटिन्यूइंग विद chapter canto 7 chapter 8. The title is Lord Narasimha Dev slays the king of demons. So after the king of demons was killed, and there was so many his other allies, they came and they fought with Lord Narasimha Dev. Then ultimately he brought the body like at the door gate, and there was no more contestant, no more to come forward with him. Then he sat on the throne of Lord Hiranyakashipu. So, and then all the demons who were remaining, they accepted the supremacy of the Lord Narasimha. So, because so many like the Lord is so many by mantra and so many tapasya, the Lord is offered a seat, but he sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu, who was a demon. Why? Because it belonged to his devotee, gatekeeper, Jai, even though he had been cursed and took the nature of a demon. So Lord showed by this incident that his devotee is fortunate in any condition of life, even if he's a demon, even if he's a not like apichetsu duracharo, if he's a completely durachari, bhajate, but if he's still a devotee, he's chanting the holy name of the Lord, then he should be accepted as a devotee. Sadhu revaso mantavya samyad vyavasthito visa. So although he was behaving and doing so much atrocities to his own son and so much to the Brahmanical culture, and he stopped all the yagyas and terrorizing all the demigods. All the demigods, they flew hither and thither in the fear of Hiranyakashipu. But nonetheless, he was sitting on the throne of his devotee, because Hiranyakashipu was his devotee in his previous life. So he accepted that in his showing. So this text number 53, like all these people, like he was so much disturbed, Lord Narasimha Dev, and he was very much angry because his dear devotee Prahlad Maharaj was hurt also in so many ways by Hiranyakashipu. So, but everybody was afraid, and his whole earth, our whole universe was shaking like anything. And then Lakshmi Devi was afraid to come in front of him, and all others, they could not, any of the demigods could not come in front of, including one Lord Shiva. So this is, the prayers are made by many different demigods who were there. So demigods, they are offering prayers to Lord Narasimha, including Lord Brahma. And he is just praying to the Supreme Brahma, Indra and Shiva, and different sages and Pitras and Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Nagas, Manus, different like who's Manvantar is Manu, Prajapatis, Gandharvas, Charanas, Yakshas, and now this in this verse number 53, it's a Kim Purushas. Kim Purush is a special planet, Kim Purush verse, and they are coming from there and they are praying to the Supreme Lord. So, text number 53. Sri Kim Purusha Uchuhu Vayam Kim Purushas Tvam Tu Mahapurusha Ishvarah Ayam Ku Purusho Nasto Dhikratah Sadhubhir Yada. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, His Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The inhabitants of Kimpurush Loka said, "We are insignificant living entities, and you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller. Therefore, how can we offer suitable prayers unto you?" When this demon was condemned by devotees because they were disgusted with him, he was then killed by you. So that is the nature, that if there is so much disturbance in the material world, in the society, in the running, then he comes. And that's why he's giving, Prabhupada is giving Bhagavad Gita verses. The cause of the Supreme Lord's appearance upon this earth is stated in Bhagavad Gita 4, 7 and 8 by the Lord himself. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever and wherever there is a decrease in religious principles and a predominant rise in a religion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreants, as well as re-establish the principles of religion. I advent myself millennium after millennium. The Lord appears in order to execute two kinds of activity: to kill the demons and to protect the devotees. When the devotees are too disturbed by the demons, the Lord certainly appears in different incarnations to give the devotees protection. The devotees following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj should not be disturbed by demonic activities of the non-devotees. Rather, they should stick to their principles as sincere servants of the Lord and rest assured that the demonic activities directed against them will not be able to stop their devotional service. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakt Vrinda ki jai. So we should always depend on the mercy of the Lord. We should never be disturbed by any atrocities, any demonic results are being, activities are done by the non-demons, but Krishna will protect us. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta prashati. My devotee will never perish. Means he will never be harmed or they will never go down. So Krishna is always there. If we are a devotee, sincere devotee, then make sure that Krishna will protect us. We should be firmly fixed. That's why this Anukulesha Sankalpa Pratikulasha Varjana Rakshakshati. Krishna will Rakshakshati Yudi Vishwaso. That this is the 6 kinds of Sharanagati. But one thing out of the 6 limbs of Sharanagati, that Rakshakshati, that Krishna will always Raksha, he will always protect us. Rakshakshati, that should be the form of faith. Like Prahlad Maharaj was never disturbed by whatever atrocities, whatever people were hurting him or trying to kill him, he was never disturbed. And same thing like Arjun, and whenever that they depended on Krishna. So we should, and Gopatratve Varnam Kartata, that out of 6 lanes, that Rakshashati, Vishwaso, Gopatratve, that we should Varan, we should choose him as our maintainer, as our protector, as our, like a husband. Varan, Var means rest, means that Var and Vadhu we call, but our real Var is Krishna. Like this, मीराबाई सिंह, ऐसे वर को क्या वरूं, मेरा चुल्ला टूटा जाए. मतलब I should select some वर that I had, because in the olden days they had to break, when the husband dies, they have to break the bangles, whatever the special bangles are there, they break them. And so Mirabai is saying, why I should warn, why I should select someone that I become unprotected, I become without a husband. So we should select her always as a protector to Krishna. We are all feminine. It's not that only the ladies should select, but we are all Prakriti. We are all part of Krishna, but Prakriti and Purush. Ekele Ishvara Krishna, Ishvara is controller, Purush, and our Sabratya. Everybody is her eternal, is his eternal servants. We should serve and be always non-disturbed by any activities that is happening by non-devotees. So whenever there is a problem, Krishna always came. We have to have a firm faith on Krishna. And if we have a firm faith, then Krishna will surely come and protect us. So we should be thinking of his qualities, of his greatness, of his means nobody can harm us. He is asamardha. Asam means nobody is equal to him and nobody is. Here is some of the qualities that we could talk about. That how Krishna protects all his devotees and what are his qualities, and we should be meditating on his quality and his greatness. We should always be meditating on that way. So there are many, like there are 64 qualities has been described in different books, but one of them is Satchidananda Vir. He is Sat, Chit and Anand. Is eternal. Sat means eternality. Chit means knowledge, full of knowledge, and full of bliss. We are always looking for the bliss or Ananda. So we are one in quality with Krishna, not quantity, but quality. We are just like a drop. We are Vanu and his Vibhu. So Lord, we have, but how we have fallen and into this opposite condition that we are Asat, Achit, and Nirananda. Asat means not eternal. We are in ignorance of Krishna's position, ignorance of us. We think that we are the body, and Nirananda, not blissful. Instead, we are with so many miserable conditions. So that's why the Jnani seek liberation in a negative way. Negative way means they just want to merge, but don't want to serve, or don't have any blissful. So Jnanis That is why the Krishna in a negative way, they want to escape the means Achit and Nirananda. They are Achit and Nirananda. Asat. We cannot escape the ignorance and unhappiness by spiritual suicide. This is the spiritual suicide. They want to merge in the Brahmajyoti, and they want to call that we are Narayan, and if Narayan comes, he accepts Maya, and then he can come in the form. So the form, they don't accept the form of the Lord. They don't accept the qualities of the Lord. So this is about the Gyanis, and one who are worshippers of yogis. They want so many siddhis, and once they get siddhi, they feel that they have achieved Krishna, but it is not that they have achieved Krishna. So siddhis, 8 kinds of siddhis: anima, mahima, lagima, prapti, and there are all yogic perfections. So Krishna has inconceivable potencies, and Krishna's body generates innumerable universes. Unless we accept God's inconceivable property, we have to know inconceivable potencies. We cannot understand him at all. There is no way to explain many of the feats Sri Krishna performed because it is inconceivable. People, how it is possible that he could lift the Govardhan? Maybe it is a mythology. In so many ways that he entered the body of the dancing on Kaliya Nag and entered the body of Aghasur, and so all these things. Many people, because they do not know that he has inconceivable potencies, they do not. So we have to know, we have to understand his inconceivable potencies. Achintya Gunaswarupam, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. So by material calculation, we cannot understand Krishna. Even Shesha, Mahesha, Ganesha, Suresha, Gao, Nirantar Gave, Tahi Anadi Ananta Abhedhi. Means, so even Shesh, Mahesh, Ganesh, Suresh, they do not even know him, even if it is written, and the whole, like if you think that Asita Samashat, Kajalam Sindhu Patre, Tava Karavaru Shaka, Lekni Patramurve, Yadi Likita Grahitva, Sharda Sarokalam, Tadapi Tava Gunanam, Isha Param Nayate. That if the whole earth becomes a paper and you have, like say, Pacific Ocean and dissolve the whole mountains as ink and then write by the pen in whole earth of paper, earth as a paper, you cannot finish his glory. Even Shesha Nag with his thousands of hoods continuously singing the glories of the Lord, but we cannot come to the limit or to the end of the glories of Krishna. So we should accept him that he is that he is achintya. By our mental calculation or by anybody's, even Shesh, Mahesh, Ganesh, we cannot understand Krishna. But if, whatever Krishna wants to make us him known, then only that much we could know him. And that too in little quantity, not to the full quantity. Even Lakshmi ji or Balram ji, or they even do not know about Krishna fully. Like Balram ji, when there were cows, Krishna became all the calves and also the boys after Vivavan Leela, and it was going on for a whole year. But when Balram ji saw at the and Balram said, old running down high mountain, and the cowherd men wanted to stop them, they would not stop. They could not be. They just because their their children, they were all Krishna. So naturally, everybody loves Krishna. So this cows, they went down, and then they were licking their children. And then when cowherd man, older man, then they saw this down, licking their children, embracing them, and so much loving. Krishna is so much lovable. He's all attractive. Everybody is attracted. They are attracted to Krishna. Like Putna was a dimness. She wanted to kill, but she was attracted to Krishna. She gave her her breast, poisonous breast milk. But Krishna took it. When he takes a small services, whatever way, even if it is in a negative way, he takes it that as if she fed, she is the mother, and Krishna gave her the liberation, like as if she's her Dhaya or mother, and she went back to Krishna's abode in Golok Vrindavan. So you could just see the mercy, the kindness, the greatness of Krishna in every respect. And if we even if we chant not really properly, even if it is chanted irregularly, just you could give the example of Ajamil. Ajamil called out the name Narayan, but that was for his son, not for Krishna even. But name itself, he called Narayan. 4 Vishnu Dutas, they came immediately. Narayana, there are 4 letters, 4 Vishnu Dutas came, and they kicked out they had discussion with this Yamduta. There were 3 of the Yamdutas, and they discussing with him. And they said that he is sinless because he chanted the name Narayan. So if chanting knowingly, very lovingly, then why not we could be liberated? So we should have firm faith in Krishna's words that we would become free from all this entanglement in the material world and all the suffering, and he will always protect us. Even lowly creatures in material world possess a certain amount of inconceivable potency. Achintya Shakti. Small birds fly great distances over the ocean. Frogs bury themselves under the earth. Grass tolerates who can subdue the power of this fog and volcanoes and hurricanes. All these powers are beyond the abilities of the humans, although the natural world carries them out. So we don't accept that how great things happen. So why not Krishna could have all from his body, from his hair pores, so many universes are coming. From his hair pores and breathing, so many living beings are coming. People may accept or may not accept, but all the annihilation, he annihilates all the universes, and they stay in his belly or in his body. So who could accept this? We have never seen such things in the material world, but it is there. The many small achintya Shaktis must have a source which contains all this inconceivable power, and that is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He is the source of all these inconceivable potencies. Even he does not need us. Completely free, but still people like they worship him. They worship Krishna, even like this 4 Kumaras, son of Sanatan, son of Kumar. They worship because they smell the tulsi leaves and the chandan that was offered to the Lord. So we should accept that Krishna's qualities many times they bewilders us. You have tiny brains and cannot conceive how everything is taking place in the Supreme. The Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is also very near as well. He is within everything, and yet he is outside of everything. And this is an Ishopanishad that is given. So Prabhupada here is an explanation of the Supreme Lord's transcendental activity is executed by the inconceivable potencies. Contradictions are given here by way of providing inconceivable potencies. There can be no meaning to the word Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord means the Supreme in every rest, in everything. Like we say that he has the greatest wealth. Nobody could say that he owns everything. The wealth, beauty, knowledge, renunciation, yes. So everything is all there in Krishna and in full amount, which nobody can conceive, but he has all these things in full. And Lord Krishna's body generates innumerable universes. His qualities of the Lord is not manifested in any of the jivas. But the body of the Lord Narasimhadev, Lord Brahma says, even though one of the many universes is created by me, innumerable universes are coming and going from the pores of your body. So this is Brahma was. I think I am very, very insignificant before you, and I am therefore begging your pardon. Yes. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he is the original form. He expands into Vishnu forms. From Krishna comes Chaturvyu. There are 2 Chaturvyus. One creates whole the spiritual world, which is 4 times greater or greater than the material world. And then from his another expansion, this is all from Balramji. Expansion comes another Chaturvyu, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. 4 of these that they come from Krishna. So in this way, 4. So from Chaturvyu, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, this Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, Ananta Shesh. So they are all part of Krishna, but Krishna has nothing to do with whole universes. And he is just plays, and mostly he's coming to the material world not to kill the demons. That could be done by his expansion. But and also like his expansion can kill any demon. By his will they could be killed. But he wants to come to create some activities, some leelas, and play with his devotees. He come to protect. That is Kunti Maharani is saying that your appearance is bewildering, but you come not to kill the demons, but you come to have play with your devotees, to give them solace. Oh, Krishna is there. He will come. Like Draupadi, immediately he came and she called out when Durvasa Muni came, or when her sari was being pulled by Dushasan. Then Krishna came in the form of the sari. So wherever there is problem with his pure devotees, Krishna does appear and sort out the problem, or whatever problem is there, that is sorted out. Although Krishna is the origin of all, he can always be seen in the Vrindavan, exhibiting his inconceivable potencies. Who can adequately worship such an all-powerful Lord, possessed of all such inconceivable energies? Achintya Shakti. But he gives causeless mercy to his devotees. But what about the non-devotees? He is merciful to the non-devotees also when he kills somebody, because all are his children. So one should not think that Krishna is not equal. He is equal to everyone. And so he gives, like, say, this to the demon, he liberates them. Just like Shishupal, she merged into the body of the Lord and got liberated, got free. Kansa got free. Whoever and everybody who saw Krishna comes in touch with Krishna in any way, whether with dvesha, with friendship, or with whether envy and fighting spirit. But Krishna is equal to everybody and grants them liberation. Some liberation that somebody they call them prema bhakti, that is rare, but so he gives prema bhakti also and brings them to his Golok Vrindavan. But others they could also go, or others they give, he gives them other four kinds of mukti, other than Sayujya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sarsti, Salokya. So these murtis are given this liberation by Krishna. And so when Ajamil's messengers, they arrested Ajamil, Yamraj's messengers, they were stopped by the Vishnu Dutas. Although the Yamdutas are expert in deciding how sinners should be punished, they did not understand the potency of the holy name. So from name is even greater than the personality Krishna himself. So that's why, and that is also Krishna's mercy, that he empowered the name so much so more than even himself, that could liberate so many conditioned souls. Because he cannot come himself, but just by chanting his name, he is there in his name. So Ajamil had once chanted the name of Narayan, he was exempt from their punishment. That is the Lord's inconceivable mercy. How we fail to understand the essence of Harinam. We make our jap a sensation for scanning millions of passing thoughts. Still, even today, we can try again. Something merciful is coming to us, even coming to us. So much merciful, the name he gave, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. So he put all this Shakti in his own name, and just by chanting his own name that you were doing prior to this class, naturally, it is very, very essential part of our life that we should be chanting every moment. Kirtaniya Sadahari. Sada means all the time. So even in the mind, even at night time, in the dreams, we could chant the name of the Lord. So he is the source of all the other incarnations. One may say that all the avatars are equal, but they don't show their exhibit. The original person is Krishna. Avatar means one who descends, that is avatar. There are many. Balram and Krishna are mentioned as in this 24 incarnation, this 19th and 20th. But Vyasdev, fearing that people might misunderstand, Then he made it end. Ete chanch kala puncha Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. There are Ansh and Kala. Ansh means part and Kala means part of the part, that is Kala. All the incarnation of the Lord, indirectly or directly, manifested different features. But Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead. That's why I said supreme personality of Godhead. That there are many other Godhead, but he is the supreme among all of them. And he is all source of all other incarnation. The most extraordinary feature exhibited by the Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd boy. And how it's not that knowledge or so much is there, but he was so, because of the devotion of the gopis and Srimati Radharani, he stays in Vrindavan. Vrindavana parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. I do not go even one step out of Vrindavan. That's where his pastimes they continue. Thus Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Chaitanya Charitamrita is writing that Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Then he takes further to show that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, the supreme person. So in Brahma Samhita also all the incarnation they come from Krishna. See, like there is a light, Prabhupada gives the example, there is a one candle, that is the original candle. Then from that candle, you could light so many hundreds of candles. Everyone is the same light, same potency, same, but still the original candle is original, that gave the light, that lighted all the other candles. Although the light may be the equal, but original has its own significance. So Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, supreme personality of Godhead. So Bhakti Vinod Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also writes, from the subjective majestic manifestation of supreme self-elimination, Govinda emanates. Karanodakshai, Garbhodakshai, Shirodakshai, and all other derivatives, they all descend, they are all avatar. Just like Ramadi Kalam Yamena Tiskan, Nana Avatar Makarod Bhuvaneshu Bintu, Krishna Swayam Samabhavat, Parama Pumanyo, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna gives salvation to his enemy also, that he kills. Vishnudev's prayer at the time of passing, he asserts that Krishna shortened the life span of the opposite party by his merciful glance. And this Prabhupada explains, it is said that all the fighters who assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained salvation by personally seeing the Lord at the time of death. He was merciful to the opposite party because they would not have attained salvation by dying at home in the ordinary course of life. So they got all liberation when they came. So fighting for Krishna, doing anything for Krishna, as an enemy or as a friend. If as an enemy you could get salvation, but Krishna Prem, you get it by solving in a positive way, by loving Krishna, then you get Krishna Prem Pradayate. Like Aghasur, witnesses saw that a tiny effulgence of Agha demon, that is spirit soul, entered the Krishna's body. When the Lord killed Shishupal, we talked about that. The light of his spirit soul entered the body of Krishna. So Krishna awards liberation to his enemies. Certainly those who are his dear devotees must get a better destination. So that better destination is Krishna Prem. Since even Shishupal, who hated Krishna, achieved perfection, when what to speak of the Lord's dear devotees. Sri Krishna gives the gopis and all the other eternal residents of Vrindavan his topmost attention and affection. But any person who constantly thinks of Krishna can attain liberation from the birth and death, and eventually, by the association of the pure devotee, gain his eternal rasa. Persons who constantly direct their lust, anger, fear, protective affection, feeling of impersonal oneness, or friendship towards Lord Hari are sure to become absorbed in thoughts of. Even when if you go to enter, like by lust, gopis, they liked Krishna because of their lust, but it was not really lust, it was prem. Although it looks the same, but this material lust is not, there's not a tinge of material lust in the gopis. They are serving God because the activities look like ordinary lust. That's why sometimes it is called night lust. So he is attracted to the even to the liberated soul. So Krishna is all attractive, and he attracts Atma Ramasya Muniya Nirgantho api urprame Kurvanti Ahitukum Bhakti Itham Guno Hari. That Krishna's qualities are so great that even people are Atma Ramas. They are self-sufficient. They did not need any outside. So Krishna is the greatest Atma Ram, but still he comes to play with his devotees. And same thing, the devotees who are Atma Ramas, Atma Ram Muni, then they also attracted to Krishna. And as Krishna has so many great qualities, so naturally anybody would be attracted to Krishna. The personal form of Lord Krishna is so attractive that it comprehends all attractions, all bliss, and all taste, rasas. These attractions are so strong that no one wants to exchange them for material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation. No need of logical argument in support of this statement, but out of one's own nature, one becomes attracted by the qualities of Lord Krishna. This we talked about for Brahmacharis, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, how they went to and they were stopped there. That was the desire of the Lord. So he could have fought with these demons. So he accepted the curse as it is, and then he went there to liberate them, to free them. So Maharaj Parikshit is saying, I was certainly situated perfectly in transcendence, yet I am still attracted by the delineation of the pastimes of the Lord, is described by enlightened horses. This statement by the already liberated Sukdev proves that he was not attracted by any mundane quality, attracted by transcendental quality, service attitude, transcendental divya, call it a divya gun. So Krishna में सब तरह के दिव्य गुण हैं, and if we are attracted to Krishna, that is Rishikesha Rishikena Sevanam Bhakti Uttama. Uttam Bhakti is Rishikesha Rishikena. Rishik means senses, Rishikesha means the master of the senses, and then we have to serve him by our own senses. And that way we could attract Krishna. Krishna is performer of wonderful activities. He has, like we say, that Narayan form has 4 less qualities than Krishna. Lord Shiva and demigods is 5 less, or rather than 64. Narayan has 60 qualities. Lord Shiva and demigods has 55. And then all the Jiva soul is even less, but in a very lesser quantity. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was pleased to hear a discussion between his 2 intimate devotees, Srivas Thakur and Swarup Damodar. Srivas Thakur was praising the opulence of Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, the glories of Vaikuntha Dham. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to smile and asked Swarup Damodar to reveal something of the opulence of Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is both his opulences as well as his sweetness, the Madhurya Bhav. And Madhurya Bhav is overpowered by his, that is the sweetness overpowered by his, Madhurya overpowers his opulence. Natural opulence of Vrindavan is just like an ocean. The opulence of Dwarka and Vaikuntha is not even to be compared to a drop. Sri Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, full of all opulence, and his complete opulence are exhibited only in Vrindavan Dham. That's why Prabhupada says that everybody should come to Vrindavan Dham and get recharged their batteries and understand Krishna more and more. The Vrindavan is a natural forest of desire trees. Creepers and the inhabitants do not want anything but the fruits and power of those desire trees. There is infinite wealth, knowledge, and power in Vrindavan. These Aishwaryas are majestic aspects of God are covered by the predominant loving mood of Krishna in his Vrindavan pastimes. So Krishna is surrounded by his loving devotees. Krishna is his flute is very attractive. He can attract all living entities all over the universe by playing on his flute. He is calling out to all the cows. So surrounded by loving devotees is so rare that it is not even present in other expansions of Godhead. Even in this material world, a famous person is surrounded by admirers. Lord Krishna is surrounded by millions and millions. Lakshmi Sahasra Satambrahma Sevyamanam. So, they want to serve. So many thousands people want Lakshmi, but thousands of Lakshmi they want to serve Krishna. Whether they get a chance or not, it is different. The devotees they desire in Vrindavan only to see Krishna happy. Krishna has obliged them for their intense prema, and he engages with them in the intimate pastimes. He finds most pleasing. Krishna never goes a step outside of Vrindavan. Lord Brahma, although himself not a resident of Vrindavan, was able to see the unexcelled devotion of the Lord's devotees there. I surmise that you shall ever remain a debtor to the residents of Vrindavan. Being unable to repay their loving service, Lord Krishna is saying, Na pareham, I cannot repay your love for me. So one can follow in the footsteps of these Braj Gopis or Gopas or Braj Dham. So sometime going to Vrindavan and is also very nice. But also Krishna has made it possible that you serve some temple full time and time to time you could go to Vrindavan, but that is also as good as Vrindavan. Lord's devotees in Vrindavan do not approach him in awe and reverence, but they approach with not with awe and reverence. They have so no desire. Awe and reverence means we want some material benefit from him. So they want to please Krishna in an intimate, sometimes equal or even superior to relationship. His mother sometimes binds Krishna. That is also out of love and affection. He is my son. He will get spoiled. He will make mischiefs. Let me tie him. So she nourishes and protects me, thinking me utterly helpless. My friends climb on my shoulders in pure friendship. That what kind of big man are you? You and I are equal. If my beloved consort approach me in a sulky mood, that steals my mind from the reverence hymns of the Vedava. So Krishna is glorified in many, many ways, everywhere. And so his flute playing, and so he has many qualities. Yes, the most beautiful, his bodily feature, his auspicious characteristics, is very, very pleasing. Effulgent, his bodily effulgence, that is, gives the light to even sun and moon. His effulgence is so great, and it is not hard. Sun, you may say, how it is hard, so but Krishna must be disturbing to Krishna, but that is not so. How hard you one can make, just if an engineer could make there be hard to cold and cold to hard. Why not Krishna? Krishna's effulgence, so much soothing, and then it gives power to the sun. In the sun, there is no bombardment of atoms or atom bombs, but its light is coming and gets its light from thousands of suns. They get the light from Krishna. In each and every universe, there is one sun, but sun gets its power from Krishna's effulgence, bodily effulgence. Yes, very, very strong. He is always youthful of about 14, 15-year-old. He knows all the languages. He is always truthful. He is a pleasing talker. He knows so many languages. He is very fluent, highly learned, highly intelligent, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he used to walk, and then many days, like Srivas Thakur, and he will teach them by the learning. So anyway, but then when he became a devotee, he stopped all this learning thing. Srivas Thakur became his close friend. He's pure, and his scriptures, a description about him is very, very pure. He's completely self-controlled, steadfast, overbearing, means he will tolerate anything, forgiveness. He is very grave and self-satisfied. So in this way, there are descriptions of 64 qualities of Lord Krishna. He possesses equilibrium, magnanimous, is very religious, is heroic, so does activity just like killing Putna and lifting Govardhan. It is all heroic, compassionate, respectful to his mother and father and all the elders. He will touch the feet of Bhima and even Yudhishthir Maharaj. Why? Because they are elders, they are seniors in age. He is very, very gentle, liberal, shy. Shyness is it protects the ladies particularly. If you are shy, then naturally you will be protected in many, many ways. One will remain chaste if one is shy. If one is not shy, then one may be exploited. It is possible. He is protector of his dear devotees, or one who are surrendered. He is always happy, always smiling. He is well-wisher of his devotees. That's why he comes and takes incarnations. As I said, that he wants to reduce the burden, like the devotees are terrorized. So he wants to console them. That you go home chanting. Is only can be controlled by love. That's why prema kumartamaha. There are four: dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. But beyond these four of these is the prem to Krishna. You love Krishna unconditionally, without anything in receiving in return. There is so much thing in return that you go all over Vrindavan and play with him, but that should not be the desire or motive of worshiping Krishna. It is only controlled by love. It is very, very auspicious. So much so that just by chanting his name, all the inauspiciousness they go away. So if we are chanting his name all the time, Satatam Kirtayantamam Yatam Pasyan Pravata. So if we so there has to be some vrata to please Krishna, some vrat should be taken, some vows has to be taken, and that should be fulfilled. He is worshipable by everybody. He is so much opulent that you cannot think of his opulences in the material world. We try to come to that opulences by our mind or intelligence, but we do not know how beautiful and how all the activities are very, very glorious activities are there that you could see. Yes, Sachidananda Vigraha is the source of all the other incarnations. Krishna gives salutation to his enemies also. So Krishna is a attractor of his liberated souls. He performs wonderful activities. So in this way, there are many, many qualities of Krishna that we can go and talk in, and are all described by different demigods that who are praying. So we're reading about which are given by in Kim Purusha verse, Kim Purushas Uchu, they are glorifying him. So ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य वीर्यस्य यशस्य तदश्रिय ज्ञानवैराग्य योश्चैव षण्णां भग इति thing is not that is complete with his Aishwarya, six Aishwarya. So he is the owner of all the sampatti. His Virya is a symbol, Virya is so much bal. His Yasha, nobody is equal, famous after millions of years, he is all the time famous. She means Lakshmati also, she means Saundarya also. That has a seam incomparable in Krishna. Jnana. Yes, he gave the knowledge to Arjun at the battlefield. Within 35 to 40 minutes, he spoke all knowledge about himself to Arjun. And through his madhyam, we can also learn by reading that. So I will end here. I know that there is enough time. Some people they call Krishna Nirgun, but Nirgun, he is full of all the gunas. And if you have anybody has any comments or questions, then we can discuss. He has unlimited gunas, and that's why he's called by name Ananta. Ananta, there is no end to his qualities, and nobody can count his gunas. Means Brahma, Shiv, or Kumar, they also cannot count the adhyatmic qualities or transcendental qualities of the Lord. They not by our bhautika mapdanda. Even Sanatan Goswami, that's why he's called Gunatma, because he is all the gunas they come from him. Udarta, Buddhi, Daya. So that is all comes from him. Everything is emanating from Krishna. So what we eat, what we do, what we think, the qualities, it all comes from Krishna. So why not to glorify him directly? Anyone can glorify Krishna. And by glorifying, all our pious results will go away, will be washed. Our sinful activity will be washed by glorifying him. Shahasra Vadane Krishna Yasha Nirantara Gaityachena Adi Deva Mahidhara. Mahidhara, that is who is lifting the Ananta Shesh is lifting his expansion, lifting all the universes on his head. And then all the universes they sit on his head and they are like, seems to him as a mustard seed. And so it's not that he's tired like by lifting the universe. What to say about one country, but whole universe, which has many countries. He lifts all the universes on his foot. It feels to him as a little like a little seed of sarson. नायकानां शिरोरत्थं कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयं यत्र नित्यतया सर्वे विराजन्ते महागुणाः. So there are many gunas in Krishna. If we understand Krishna's qualities, then naturally we will be attracted to him. We will try to serve him. That's why just reading this Srimad Bhagavatam and other literatures and hearing from exalted Vaishnava, naturally we develop attraction to Krishna. If say some great person from somewhere comes and we don't know him, naturally you would not be respected for them. You would not give, and although the great person does not need it, but if we glorify him, we could get some benefit out of it. But if we don't do anything, he will take care of himself. But we have to describe Krishna. That way our bad qualities will reduce. Our covering, our that we have from time immemorial, all the sinful reaction, that will reduce. Just like the onion peels, gradually they get down, and then we come up to our real position. So we could understand Krishna in our naturality. We all have Krishna Prem. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunay Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayodaya. We hear about Krishna's glories by pure heart, pure mind, then we could develop the siddhis. Siddhis not anima mahima, but real siddhis to go back home, back to Krishna, is loving devotional service. So Krishna is Bhagwan Swayam. Just by we cannot understand by pratyaksha and anuman. By directly seeing or anuman, we cannot understand. What we have to hear from Shastra, from sadhus, and then only we can hear Krishna's glory, we can understand. Samudrasya yatha bindu pratvyam revano yatha तथा भगवतो जीवे गुणानाम वर्तमानता. The Bhagavad Guna to comparison to the ocean or even to the earth, but qualities of the jiva are not even one drop out of that. That's why Bhed and Abhed. There is Bhed, there is Abhed. There is 4 qualities which are not there in any another incarnation. That is Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa, Venu, is Leela Madhuri, that is also unconceivable, and this pastimes is also very important. So anyway, if you have any comments, questions, or you want to add up anything, I just came and just spoke without getting any kind of time to read his Krishna's qualities. But there are innumerable qualities of Krishna, and one can read in pages of Bhagavatam, Gita, or any Vedic literature to know about the qualities of Krishna. You can unmute, and if there is any discussion, then we can discuss about different things. So please unmute, and if you have any questions or comments, so let us discuss on those. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to speak on some pages of Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat
Yes.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much for enlightening class. I wanted to express my gratitude to you because you gave one statement. Then I was meditating on that, and my chanting improved. I drew lot of strength from that statement of your teachings. You told about every Mahamantra is like a bija, and we are not. If one Mahamantra, if we are not attentive, even though we are not attentive, it will fell into the soil and it will have its own growth. So we have to keep on chanting. So that has given me a lot of strength. So I wanted to express my gratitude, and I'm thankful to you for that. And my question to you is, you mentioned so many qualities, and to be practical, when I see this world, the material world, it's so huge, and when I look at my services, which is very minimal, and that too the quality is like almost negative, then I feel, oh, there is no point that Krishna will accept. Why he'll accept such services which is having no quality, no devotion? So I felt very small, but that sometimes it becomes very difficult to go on, because the more we try to hear, the more we look into it, the more the dirt is. So how you give the teachings on this to go ahead, even though we see that, how to pick up ourselves every day?
So one thing, great quality that you have, that you feel humble, you feel that you are not great. So Krishna likes that. Pranadati sunichena taro eva saishnana amanina manadena kirtane sadahari. So if you are chanting all the time, feeling yourself very lowly, then that's a great quality. Krishna accepts that. And Krishna is so kind that if you have some love, some loving, it does not matter. It's not that it has to be very big, but main thing that we love Krishna and we chant his names, glories, and spread or bring the conditioned soul back to the lotus feet of Krishna. Means somehow by your talking, preaching, Yare dekho tare ko Krishna upadesh, Amara agya hai Guru tara desh. That you, by my agya, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, that you liberate this whole world. So how you will liberate? Not that you have to go to whole world or go, but just by your purity, chanting, and in case you meet with anybody in the train, in the bus, in the working, or in office, or neighbor or home, tell them that Krishna is so nice. So we are doing already a nice service. Not that you have to know Krishna. Nobody can know Krishna in full. Nobody can glorify him. Even if we have just a drop in the out of ocean, it's more than sufficient to please Krishna. It's a with loving way that we should do it in love and devotion. So that is more important than the great quality or how we could describe Krishna in many ways. That's not needed. Krishna, like this, Shesha means Shesha Mahesha Ganesha Surasi Gava Nirantar Gave, Tahi Ana means Tahi Ahir ki Choriya Chachiya Bari Chachate Nachate Chahe. The Ahir Choris, the cowherd boys, girls, they have no material qualification, but they have qualification that they are attracted by Krishna. Although they may be great in their past lives, and that's why they took birth in Vrindavan. But a drop of milk, please dance. And he starts dancing because of the loving relation that they have with Krishna. Krishna is mine. Just like you heard about that and none of them could give the dust of their feet in Dwarka when Krishna had a headache. And he said that my devotees, dust will cure my headache if that is applied. But even Narad Muni and all the queens, and they did not give that. That if we will be, we have to go to hellish planet if we put our feet dust on Krishna's head. He is the Supreme Lord, he is Bhagwan. But gopis did not care. Let us go to hell, does not matter. Let us suffer, but let us see that Krishna is, his head is cured. Let us see that Krishna is happy. So that should be the mood, that pleasing Krishna in a devotional way, that counts not, and humility that you showed that you have, that is also that I don't know anything, I don't know much, I cannot glorify. That is humility, and just by that humility, Krishna is pleased. Okay, and you are chanting more and more better. That's, I'm very happy to hear that. The seed does not require whatever way the chanting has the effect. Krishna made it possible because he saw that Kali Yuga Jivas are very, they are unfortunate and they are very short-lived and they have no qualification. But he put all the potency in his holy name, and just by that chanting, we could become free from this material world. Not just free, we develop love of God. That is more important. Becoming free is liberation. Sometimes people want to liberation, they want to merge in the Brahmajyoti, but we don't want to merge. We want to give up away all our longing for 4 or 5 kinds of mukti, but we want to go and serve Krishna in his abode, Golok Vrindavan. Or even here also you could do the same thing, and you could become Jivan Mukta.
Thank you so much.
Hare
Eternally grateful to you for the answer and all the teachings that you gave me today. I'm so grateful to you. Dandavat Pranam. Hope one day I will serve you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So anyone has any other comments, questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my
Hare
humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I have a question. See, you began the lecture with the statement that anukulyasa sankalpa and pratikulyasa varjanam. But when we go to the workplace, there are many pratikulyasa that should be we should avoid that, but we need to face those pratikul things. For example, talking non-devotional, not talking on non-devotional topics, like for example in my case, different topics in neuroscience or something like that. So how, when you are doing that, all those pratikul thing, what should be our consciousness to develop our progress in our spiritual life? Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Very nice question. Anukulashya sankalpa, pratikulasya varjanam. But pratikul not is part of your job. Since you try not to hurt anybody, pratikul, but and Krishna does not mind all these things as a part of you dedicate yourself to Krishna. Means you become a pure devotee. You are dedicating your life, and then what you do with this dedication as a part of your work, that it is. Then you say that Krishna, I am doing this is part of my duty or my family life, but I'm surrendered to you. I'm yours. So please forgive me for talking something, and you try to speak in a way that the other person becomes happy and he becomes somewhat Krishna conscious. So that would be if you give Krishna consciousness in a way which is not directly but even indirectly. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that if the people would listen to me, I will go and even feed them meat also. If they come, then to such an extent he said that, because people have to hear. So you talk to them about Krishna and somehow or another inject some Krishna consciousness and pray to Krishna, and then you dedicate yourself to Krishna, then all your activities are also dedicated. If you are belong to Krishna, then whatever you do, that is also belong to Krishna. So with that in mind, just talking something, so don't talk something rubbish or which will hurt Krishna, but you don't have to talk like that. You could talk your normal way of helping others in consoling, not that you have to talk ill about Krishna or ill about anybody. So don't hurt people and you don't hurt Krishna, and then dedicate your life to Krishna. Then your activities will also be dedicated to Krishna. Okay, it's a simple, short question, short answer that if you belong to Krishna, then your all the activity belongs to Krishna. Your all the limbs belong to Krishna, or all the words belong to Krishna. But until that stage comes, then it is difficult. But you try to minimize some approach or some contact where you have to see. Krishna does not get abused. He just want to see that you behave with others nicely, and because there is Paramatma in all the living being, and in that way there's in all the living being, and you try to serve them by your consoling, by your work, and not that it is abuse to Krishna.
Got you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your
I hope you that it got your some answer. May not be it is a perfect answer. But
No, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. My humble obeisances to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, anyone else has any comment? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I hope you can hear me, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this wonderful class, and I really love the way you have answered all the. I request our devotees, if you have any other realizations or questions to ask, please go ahead. I don't see anything else, Prabhuji. We can end the call here if that's the case.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, my Danda Pranam, all the duties are on this call.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very wonderful class.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for encouraging me. It's not wonderful, but somehow you're accepting and treating that as wonderful. That's nice of you to encourage me.
It was so
Hare
good.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
पितॄणां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हिज ग्रेस श्री शामिक महाराज की जय थैंक यू
Thank you,
महाराज नित्यानंदा नित्यानंदा